We're going to talk about work experience and community care. So this, for me, this is my favorite part of transition year. This is probably my most memorable part when I did TY all the way back. Okay, but I still remember the work placements that I did in transition year. I think they're hugely beneficial, and they make up such a big part of our transition year program. So the way it's going to work for you guys is every single Tuesday that we're in school, you will be out of school doing work experience or community care. So what that means is, if you're back to school on Monday, you're literally out of school the next day in the first week. Okay, so it's super important that you start thinking about where would you like to go and do some work experience. Where would you like to go and maybe work for a charitable organization? You need to start thinking about that, and let's see, can we find a placement so that we're not scrambling to find something in September. But as I said, it's a lot of fun. You get to learn a lot of really cool things. You're just basically, you go in 9 in the morning, you finish at 5 in the evening, you do a working day, and you're immersed in the business as an employee. It's absolutely fantastic. The feedback from the students, it's always probably their most their favorite thing that they do in transition year, and they get to build links with businesses and with organizations that helps them out throughout their careers and throughout the rest of their lives as well. Okay, so it's hugely beneficial. To give you an example of some of the companies that our students are working for, so when it comes to work experience in a local context, that can be anything you want. Okay, so don't put any limits on where you want to do your work experience. Okay, if there's something that you really want to do, you have the opportunity now to get in touch with that organization or with that company or with that government agency, and you talk to myself or you talk to Robert and you let us know who you want that to be. We can help you out, but get in touch with them, and more than likely a lot of places are very willing to take on TY students. Okay, so an example of some of the places that we've had students work in the past is the Irish Cancer Society, with Microsoft, with Trinity College, with Barnardo's, the Irish Guide Dogs Association, with UCD, with St. Vincent's Hospital, the Royal College of Surgeons, Sherry Fitzgerald, the estate agents. We've had people work in the law library, in the Four Courts, with Enable Ireland. There's too many to name. There really is too many to name, but this can be limitless. This can be whatever you're interested in. Be proactive, go and find it, and we will facilitate that as much as we can. Now, the way it's going to work is we want you doing 13 weeks of work experience. Okay, so if you choose to do your work placement from September until December, so from when the day we come back in September until we break for the Christmas holidays, you can do your work experience then. However, after Christmas, we expect that you would do 13 weeks community care, which means that you will go to one of those organizations like Enable or Barnardo's or St. Vincent de Paul or whoever it might be, and you do your community care placement there. Okay, so if you do work experience first, you do community care second after Christmas. Alternatively, you can choose to do your community care placement first, so you could do that from September to Christmas, providing that you switch and you do your work placement from January until May. Okay, so key details there: every single Tuesday from the very first Tuesday of the year, you will be out of school and you'll be taking part in those placements.